how you guys doing today? Will here with Just in Time Prepping. Hey, I tried to make a video earlier. It kind of was a disaster. If you look at this stuff over here, it's just the parts of making a deadfall. But I didn't cut the pieces right, so it didn't work. So I'm going to try a new video. I'll go on to the next one I was going to do, and it didn't, so that we have something to post for today. So here's goes. We're going to talk about what happens if you leave home and something happens to your home. You know, we as preppers talk about everything about being prepared, but are we prepared to know what's going to happen if, say, we leave the house and somebody comes and they push in the back door or go in through a window or something, and they take all the stuff that you've been spending years to prepare on. If you're like me, you kind of wonder what we can do, you know. The statistics are most of the break-ins or burglaries, as they call it, happens in the daytime, you know, between the hours of 10 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, but because that's when people work, you know, or they'll be out cruising around residential areas and they'll be wondering who's home and who's not home, you know, and they'll do drive-bys and stuff like that. So I just kind of want to talk about that a little bit today, and we'll see what goes on. We'll have a little discussion in the comment section down below, see what everybody else thinks about, you know, because we spend a lot of time, as you know, preparing for when SHTF happens. And if you're anything like me, you have a lot of stuff built up and you have a holding area and where you keep everything. And so, you know, you have to think about this. What if you go somewhere, say work, or you go out shopping, and when you come back, you find that somebody has invaded your space by coming into your home? And the statistics show that it takes about 8 to 12 minutes is what a burglar or an intruder would spend inside your home in order to take the stuff that they need, and what they're looking for are basic things. You know, if you're a prepper like we are, then they're probably going to look for things that we know that we need every day if shit hits the fan. And so what happens is they're going to start pulling off of that pile. Say we have buckets of food laying around, or we have firearms, or we have some spare cash put away, stuff like that, you know, as we don't think, you know, that we're going to be invaded on. So it's just kind of put in areas of your home. But what do we really want to do, you know, if something like this happens, you know? If you're like most people that are preppers, they have firearms located in their homes. And that's some of the things that burglars are looking for, you know. There's easy pick firearms. So, you know, if you have a gun safe, they're probably going to be safe there. But a lot of us don't have gun safes. I mean, the bigger ones for rifles and stuff, they can't pick that up and take it out, so they just leave it alone. But there are the smaller gun safes that sit on shelves that have combinations on them, buttons that you got to push to get into them. They could pick that up and go with it, you know. So those are all things that we need to think about. So what I want to do is talk about how are you securing your home, you know. When you leave, are you leaving doors open? Are the windows unlocked? Do people know where you keep your stuff at? So if you don't have answers to all that, these are things you need to start asking yourself, because these are important questions. We as preppers spend a lot of time preparing for what's going to happen when shit hits the fan, but this is just a small portion of when shit hits the fan, you know. What if shit hits the fan, somebody pushes your door in or breaks a window, or you leave a window unlocked and they pull it up and they go in through there, or something like that, you know. And it's a proven fact that 33% of the break-ins, the people will go right in through the front door, and 23% will go in the back door, and the rest will either go in through a window or a garage door. So you you want to make sure that your house is secure, even though it's the nice time of year, summertime. Excuse me, and you keep your windows open and screens are there, but it's not going to deter anybody. So, excuse me, I need a drink. I something going on here. So what you want to do is you want to just get yourself in the habit of making sure your house is secure when you're going to leave. It doesn't matter if you're going to just run to the store and back. It's like I was telling you, they come in, they spend between 8 and 12 minutes in your home, and they invade it, and they know basically where to look. They know that they can go in an adult's bedroom and find things like money and jewelry and guns and things like that, and they just know where to look. They're professionals. We're professional preppers, they're professional burglars, you know. So these are things that I just kind of think about, you know. The statistics prove that most of them come during the day. So if you see somebody out cruising your neighborhood, maybe cruising down your street, turning around and coming back, and they do that 2 or 3 times, maybe you should just walk outside and stand on the sidewalk and sit there and actually watch them go back and forth and stare at them, and even write down their license plate number, you know. And that will deter them from coming to your home, you know, and that might even deter them from going to your neighbor's home. Because now they know that you're got your eyes on them, and they'll go and try to find somewhere else to burglarize or whatever you want to call it. If shit hits the fan type of stuff, you know. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your doors are locked, that you have a deadbolt on your door. You want to make sure that your windows are all locked and closed up and locked when you leave your home. Because, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're just going to go down to the corner and grab some pop or a few items from the store that takes them 8 to 12 minutes. They'll be in and out and you're done. So, if you're like me, I collect a lot of stuff. I collect a lot of stuff for prepping. I collect a lot of stuff just for everyday life. So these are things that you need to think about. When shit actually does hit the fan, these kind of people are going to be scavenging even more. So they're going to be watching when you go and when you come back. You're going to be watching your neighbors when they go and they come back. And they're going to go in and they're going to grab stuff, you know. So buckets of food, or even a pantry that has a lot of storage in it, food and medical supplies and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff they're going to grab it really fast. They might have a bob, you know, a bug out bag. They go in there and they stuff as much stuff as they can in the thing, and then they throw it on their shoulder and they walk out, and they just kind of gradually go down the street like they belong there, but they don't. So that's what I'm talking about today. I want you to make sure that your home is secure. Make sure that your firearms are not where they would think to look. I mean, in your bedroom, in a drawer or something, they would think to look there, because they're going to go in there looking for valuables. They might not think to look in your child's room, you know. You could get yourself a pistol vault if you have a pistol, and put the pistol in there and keep that in your child's room, you know, and then they would not probably even look in your child's room. What are they going to find in their toys? Think about it, you know. So that's the storyline for today is be prepared even for the little things like a break-in. And, you know, I say little thing because it's not really a little thing. It's something that can happen to anybody at any time. And it's not a little thing because they're invading your space. They're invading your space. They're coming in your home and they're looking to take things that are important to you. So this time of year is a good time of year for that to happen. So make sure that your windows are locked, your doors are locked and deadbolted when you go out, and make sure, for God's sake, that your guns are put away in a safe place that they're not going to find them. Because if they take your guns, guess what? They can go out and use that gun in a stick-up or whatever, and guess what? That gun is going to be traced back to you, not to them. So these are just things to think about, you know. So basically, that's the story for today. Is take care of your personal space. Make sure that everything's locked up, and that you're teaching that to your friends and your neighbors so that they're thinking about it also. And that's all I really have for today. Like I said, the deadfall idea did not work out. I'm gonna probably take an F on the 30-day challenge. I do want to give a shout out to Sergeant Badass. I want to thank you for coming and watching my channel. I really appreciate that. Like I said before, you're something like a mentor to me. I come and watch your channel, and I watch other prepper channels, and I watch a lot. That's how I learn. So I advise the people that subscribe to my channel to do the same thing. Go out and look at other prepper channels and make sure that you're getting as much information as you can for when SHTF happens. As you well know, I'm big on pistols. That's what I use for protection. I'm in the process of buying me a home protection shotgun, and down the road, when I can afford it, an AR. So, you know, these are things that we have to protect from the burglar bad boys, you know. I myself pack, and most of the people I know pack, so make sure that you can get to your pistol in case you come in and they're still in your house. You want to be able to come in, pull your weapon out, and be able to use it if you have to. So I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you coming and watching my channel. I want you to go out and I want you to watch other prepper channels and make sure that you comment on theirs also and tell them that you like it. Make a comment on their site. Make sure that you like it. And that's all I have. I want you guys to have a safe 4th of July and have a good, these darn shorts. Another thing, you should always make sure you can get your weapon put back away without looking down there. That's one of the things they teach you. But these shorts, I'm getting used to wearing my gun with shorts or whatever I have on. So anyway, leave a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Go watch other prepper channels. Canadian Pepper's a good one. And also the guy Che or Chi, he's a good one also. He's a Canadian guy and he does some good stuff. And Sergeant Badass, thank you for everything too. So have a safe 4th of July, and God bless you, and God bless me, and God bless the US of A. Happy birthday, America.